I just attempted my first 100-mile race.
This is electric.
But these 5 simple strategies, plus the bonus tip at the end of the video that I learned over those 18 hours of running, could potentially save you from dropping out at mile 54 like I did, but instead push yourself to that 100-mile goal that you want so badly.
Good morning, beasts, and we are out here exploring a new trail on a 10 to 12-ish mile long run. Now, about 2 weeks ago, during my first 100-mile race, I learned an incredible amount. But one of the biggest things that if I could do it all over again, that I would change, would be locking in my pace earlier during the ultra.
On mile 18-ish, I remember passing like 10 people thinking, bro, I'm so much stronger than the people in the back of the pack right now. My downhill game is on point. And if I keep this up, I could actually end up finishing the race in under 24 hours. But even though I only had a slightly faster pace than I should have for like 3 to 4 miles, if instead I took it nice and easy, more consistently on both the uphills and downhills, I would have carried less fatigue with me throughout the next 30 miles and had way more gas in the tank when I got to mile 50.
Oh my gosh. We finished up our run. It ended up being like 9-ish miles. This ice bath I'm starting to use pretty much every day. So far, the experience has been good. It's kind of hard to get it down to the right temperature if I want it to be, but right now it's 52 degrees and I am freezing. Mainly for mental toughness, but I know there's some recovery aspects in there too.
During my race, I would have packed different accessories in order to help me get across the finish line because there's a bunch of little things that if you don't have, they will add up throughout the race and make it a lot more difficult and challenging than it needs to be. I didn't know that bringing a toothbrush would have helped me stomach more food, and switching shoes mid-race would have helped bring my feet back to life. But what I know now, I would have packed things a little different, including things like an extra toothbrush for a sense of freshness so I can stomach more food, and instead of just running through the race in one shot, I would utilize this gear more than I think I would need to, like changing clothes, shoes, and socks, which I believe would give me way more energy. Oh my gosh, I am frozen after that ice bath. This is my post-run meal. I eat it pretty much every single day after I run, ice bath, then eat. It's overnight oats, great carbs, and it's absolutely delicious. But a massive issue that I really didn't expect to affect me that much on the race and literally had me screaming at the top of a mountain on mile 45 was chafing. And boy, this was the worst chafing I had ever experienced. I didn't expect the chafing to get that bad, but when I was literally screaming in pain during the sunset, if instead of just going out and running the race, I would have applied some nut butter or some anti-chafing product every 4 to 6 hours, I could have avoided so much misery, which actually may have helped me hit the cutoff time. Yeah, that chafing was bad. But these next couple of tips along with the bonus tip at the end of the video could have potentially not made me drop out at mile 54, but actually finish the 100-mile ultra. So at about mile 50 is when it started to get dark, and that was an aid station which I thought I was going to meet my family. The only issue was I couldn't see them till mile 54, which means I would have to go from mile 50 to mile 54 without a headlamp. And if instead I made an actual aid station game plan based off the times where I could see my crew and what I needed at those specific times, I could have avoided having that mix-up where I thought I wasn't going to be able to get a headlamp for the first 2 hours of the night. I maybe glanced at the aid stations once or twice before the race, but if instead I laid out specifically what I needed at what point, and I figured out where I could talk to my crew, that would have helped me out by giving me access to things like extra headlamps, caffeine, and even headphones at crucial loads. Overall, I didn't know how long each aid station gap was going to be, and if I planned better, I could have avoided the mix-up, which almost left me in the dark with no headlamp for 4 miles. One of the biggest things that I really didn't expect to affect me was weight management. And honestly, I have pretty light gear, like my pack I feel is pretty light, but I chose to wear the worst clothes that catch a lot of sweat. And I was about 20% body fat, which if I knew to drop down to like 12% body fat and lose 5 to 10 pounds of added weight, that would have made a massive difference over 100 miles.
If I were to guess, at about mile 20, I probably had about half a pound to a pound of sweat in my shirt. And over the 122,000 steps that I took over the race, with the 2 to 3x force your body absorbs each step, I had an extra 250,000 pounds of force applied to my body just by wearing a shirt that caught a half a pound of sweat, let alone carrying an extra 10 pounds of body fat that I didn't need.
Good morning, beasts. It's a few days later and we are out here on like a 7-ish mile easy run. But the bonus tip, which may be one of the most important tips in my opinion, of actually signing up for a 50 miler or 100K or a 70-mile race before this run would have allowed me to know, 1, where my fitness is actually at, 2, the little ins and outs of the race, my pacing, bringing that toothbrush like I said, and 3, it just gives you overall exposure. Because if I exposed myself to longer distances, 50 plus miles, before my personal 100-mile race, I would have had a much higher chance of actually finishing.
So if you want to avoid the mistakes that I made, but instead crush your first 100-mile race, just make sure to keep a nice and easy pace and really try not to pass anybody in front of you. Bring the right accessories like extra shoes and a toothbrush. And don't forget to apply plenty of anti-chafing product to your body. I would also create an 8-station game plan so you know what you need and when, while being at a lighter weight, and carry some light clothing and gear, which saves you from so much unnecessary force on your body. And most importantly, sign up for a longer race before the 100-miler to not only prepare your mind and body, but this will really help you understand the niche problems that you will have as an individual, because we all have our own little issues. If you guys feel like I gave you any knowledge from this video, a free way you can give back to the channel is by hitting that like button and subscribing. It helps the channel grow and reach more people to spread the message about fitness, taking care of our health, our bodies, which in turn takes care of our minds and souls too. And if you want to join this mission, welcome to the Sculpted Beast Squad, baby. Keep grinding out there. Let's get it.